What is going on? What am I missing? Am I missing something? Hey, what is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. Got another video for you. We're going to be taking apart this Slim Midi from Medford. I'm got to apologize. I've got a different setup today. I had to move my YouTube station temporarily. So if the lighting's off or things shake around a little bit extra, that is why. Second caveat, man, I hate doing these kind of videos. I mean, I like doing the videos. It's just difficult to talk and try to do things at the same time. So this is a Slim Midi. It's an early-ish one. It doesn't have a lock bar stabilizer. I believe this is supposed to be on bearings. However, when I got it, the action was really stiff, so it didn't feel like it was on bearings. I bent the lock bar out because there's no lock bar stabilizer, so I didn't have to take it apart, so that it was smoother, which it is. So now it does feel like it's on bearings, but the problem is that the detent is a little too light and the lockup completely fails now because there's not enough pressure on this lock bar to keep it locked up. I just want to see what's going on inside, bend this lock bar back over. I still like it, even if it's not bearing smooth, and see if there's bearings in here, what's going on. So we're going to be using this T8 right here. I think that's the right size. It feels a little sloppier than I would like, you know what I'm saying? But the T9 doesn't seem to work at all. The T9 doesn't seat all the way, so it's got to be T8. It's just a little on kind of the big side. We're going to take that apart. Actually, let's do pivot first. That's the important thing. So for the pivot, we are using the number 4 spanner bit. I believe this is the size that should work on this pivot. I want to make sure and not mess this up. Okay. Works like a charm. I believe the newer Slim Midis just use a normal Torx bit, like a larger Torx bit. But these old ones, you need this spanner kit. So you can buy this. Here's one of the kits I have for the spanner bit set. You can buy this on Amazon for, I think this was $11. This has a whole bunch. It goes all the way up to 12. I believe that the large 6-gun or 2-hole pivots for like the Praetorian and stuff, I believe it's a 14. I've got another smaller set that has the 14. I could be wrong, but I think it's a 14 that works on that. So this one will not actually work on every single size, unfortunately. But yeah, you can pick these up. And you can buy just the 14, which I think will cover most of your bases, right? Not many people, or rather less people, have this older version of the Slim Midi that has the 4-hole system that takes this smaller bit here. So here we go. Let's try this out. See what we got. Like I expected, it is pretty tight. Sorry for the shaking table here. Oh man, this pivot. I'm not missing something, am I? So this is all out. Let's get these out here. I don't know if I'm still on frame or what. This is how these videos go. But yeah, look how this is like still attached here. Even though I have removed that screw, you can see the blue Loctite that was in there. Almost seems like maybe this has been taken apart before. What is going on? What am I missing? Am I missing something? I mean, this should just pop right out. I'm assuming it's because it's so tight. Let me try this off camera. I don't want to bend this lock bar out even more and then not be able to get this thing apart. So let me go off camera and see if I can get some better torque. Okay, I cannot get this to disassemble. So let's I don't know. Do we try it? Yeah, this just free spins. Oh no, it's actually coming out. So let's try taking this side out. I don't know, does that help? So that pops right out, and now it works. Interesting. So what do we have? It is bearings. You can see the bearings right there. This almost seems like it's press fit in on this side, and I should not have taken that one out. Looks like this one is not supposed to actually be removed. Interesting. So before I forget, and so I don't mess up what side goes where. Let's get this back in, just so I don't have to worry about it. So, interesting how one side is captive and the other side is the only one that comes out. And typically on Medfords, you want to remove... Whoa. No, these are not bearings. These are not bearings. These are just washers. These are those, whatever he calls them, thrust bearings or whatever. There's that infamous video about it. Looks like he's got 2 on each side. Here is the race. Is that an insert? Or is that just masked off from the coating, I think? Okay, so I guess that answers it. There is not bearings inside this knife, which would explain why it doesn't have that bearing feel. So let's bend this lock bar over. Give it a little more tension. I kind of wish I knew where its starting point was so I could just kind of return it back to that. But the good thing is, without a lock bar stabilizer, I can bend this thing over pretty far, and if it's too tight, just very barely kind of bend it the other direction. So that is good. Pretty, yep, just a little bit of a bend, and now we're all the way over there. So let's consider that good. And while we're in here, let's take a look at this lock face. You can see how it's carbidized. That's how Medford gets rid of his lock stick, is by carbidizing. Carbidizing is cheap. It's easy. The downside to carbidizing is that it doesn't last forever. Eventually it'll wear through and it will start, come on, focus. It will start sticking again. Now, you can always redo it though. So if it does start sticking, send it into Medford. He can recarbidize and you should be good to go. Should be good to go. I do really like this knife. It is cool. I'm glad I could answer the question of, do these older ones have bearings? No, apparently they do not. I don't know when they started using bearings, because I do know that some have bearings and some don't, I guess, apparently now. So yeah, good to know. So let's get this in. Comment down below if you've made it this far on these sort of videos where I'm doing takedown stuff. Am I yapping too much? Not enough? I feel really self-conscious just being in silence, and I feel like I've got to say stuff. But it might be that you guys are like, shut up, just do the thing. I just want to watch you do the thing. I don't want to hear you yippity yapping about everything that crosses your mind. So let me know down below what you prefer. Oh, yep, that's pretty stiff. That is pretty dang stiff. Let me double check and make sure I didn't just tighten this pivot too much though before I start messing with that lock bar. Loosen up the pivot a tad. Oh, yep. Okay, feels pretty good. Lockup is solid now. I think we're good to go. So now we can finish putting this together. And my Slim Midi now has mystery solved. That kind of sounded like Donald Trump there for a sec. Mystery solved. Slim Midi, tremendous knife, tremendous. We've got the mystery solved. Does not have bearings in it. And it needs a little extra lock tension to be a safe knife. So it is what it is. I will carry this thing and use it and be happy about it. What is going on here? Okay. Maybe I need to loosen that one up a little so that we have a little more wiggle room here. There we go. No. Okay. This is what always happens, right? Things go well, and then you run into something at the end here. Okay, there we go. I think we got it. Just wasn't quite lining up the way it should. Okay. Oh, actually, what is happening here? We centered, not really. We are not really centered. Okay. I'm going to need to fix that. Okay. All right. Let's try the old school trick. Loosen up these bad boys. Let's push it over. That's pretty good. Let's check that centering now. It's better. Getting some lateral play though. I think I need to maybe tighten this up a little bit more. Front. I keep screwing up which ones I'm supposed to do. Back ones are tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. What do we got there? Okay, pretty well centered. Okay, I think we're good to go. We're going to call it there. I've got a little bit more tweaking with that pivot. It's still a little too tight, but I just need to get it like dialed in perfectly, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, comment down below something. Say hi, put a dot, anything. Doesn't matter. All right, guys, catch you later.